Hello and good morning or afternoon. I don't know where you guys are at, but good whatever it is for you. And yes, today we're going to talk about using your wings and the beautiful metaphor about using your wings. So a lot of what I am about to say is actually copyrighted. Well, everything I do is copyrighted. Everything that you do is copyrighted. But this is copyrighted in my upcoming book, which I'm very excited about. It's called The Silent Rose, but I wanted to give you a sneak preview and help you guys out a little bit. And what I'm talking about with, using your wings if life can get you down a little bit. And we all know that that happens. Nobody gets through this time on the planet Earth without any troubles. So I'm going to use a little bit of an analogy. See, I got the copyright out of the way, and, well, greetings. Some of you have already seen this beautiful little, it's a memento box, right? And I have this connection, as do many, with butterflies. And to tell you the truth, I didn't always have this connection. And I explain that in a lot of my writings, what occurred. But it was a beautiful metamorphosis in my heart, ultimately. And it connected me more to nature, more to loving the world, and what the beauty it has, I should say. So, I wanted to show you, I collect butterflies when they've passed, and this is a cabbage white. Can you see that? Beautiful little creature, isn't it? It's hard to show you guys without having the phone fall. And, yeah, kind of see that, right? Beautiful. And here is another beauty. Every time I touch these, it's like my oils are getting on these poor little creatures. I actually have gloves, and I should be wearing them. But if you want to handle butterflies, please remember that your oils weights on their wings, and they won't be able to fly very well anymore if you should capture them. You can let them crawl on your hands, and that's totally fine. Try not to grab their wings. I learned the hard way. And I don't know the name of this species. At first I thought it was a painted lady because of the coloring, but it's actually not. And when I find out what species it is, I will let you guys know, or maybe some of you know already. So inside my little box, I keep these, and I have a few others. The larger ones obviously don't fit in here, and I would love to collect a swallowtail, yellow and black, right? And I would love to have a monarch. They fly around here in spring, and I've seen a few already. But, not lately. I don't know what's going on with that. Maybe it's a little too cold still. Okay, see, this is a little dried up rose petals. It actually helps keep them preserved, the butterflies. So, funny, even in death, the rose and butterfly. Very symbiotic. Very, very connected. So what I'm going to talk to you today about is we all get into really rough spots in our lives, right? And what do? Well, there's nothing right or wrong. I guess what is wrong is acting out in a very bad behavioral type way. We try not to do that, but we're not perfect beings. So here's just a couple hints to help you. Hey, sending you the love too. Hold on a second, hon. You know how I do this. Sending you the love. I appreciate you joining. Oh, I love that. Thank you. So I have to tell you something, guys. When we get into a big bind and a big mess, we have to learn how to use our metaphoric wings to fly above those troubles, because you're all majestic human beings. You are, whether you realize it or not. And I want to try to help you realize the beauty within you and the beauty that you have in your wings, so you too can fly and soar above life's troubles. So here's the thing. Let me try to Thank you, by the way. It's hard for me to see everything, so I try to respond to everybody's comments. But sending you the love, I appreciate it. Thank you. Um, let's just say I will use me as an example, and that's usually safe and bestest to do. Um, when I was in the cancer clinic, that was a pretty big trial, and I didn't feel like my wings were even there in existence, let alone, wanting to use them to soar above the troubles. But what I did, and it wasn't easy, because, I can't, I can only think of maybe 3 or 4 other times where I actually felt ugly, and that would be one of them. And, because when you're going through a cancer treatment, you don't look your best, obviously, and you're dying inside, and the treatment is harsh, and you hope that the treatment doesn't, do you in either. So rising above the struggle that you're going through takes a lot of careful thought. You actually have to put that into practice until it becomes second nature. You know, um, so let me give you an example. I remember one time being in the clinic, and I had needles and tubes and whatever, and arms, and it was just really, I felt so mechanical, and I felt less human. And there's nothing more that I enjoy about my humanity but the natural feel of it. How I feel, how I think, and how I interact with other beings, and whether it's, other human beings or animals or even, bugs, but like butterflies, right? Caterpillars, praying mantis, things like that. And I felt so hindered by having to sit where I was. You can't really jump and move around when you've got tubes in and out of your arm. And then I hated how I felt less human, and it made me feel very ugly. So I tried to change my perspective. And what I did was I would journal, and I would say, okay, this is how I feel, but this is going to be life-giving for me, because when you have cancer, it doesn't matter what treatment you get. Your goal is to save your life, so you're in it to win it, and you must win it. But during the process of winning it, you do have to kind of psych yourself out here, and the spirit being, because, it takes a toll on you. So I would journal all the horrible things I was feeling on one page. You know how a book opens up like this? So one page had all the horrible things, and I would itemize it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way down. Sometimes there are 30 items that I would write in, but I couldn't do that unless I had at least 30 to outweigh that, and I had to fill the other page with just as many, so twice as many I would have to think. And I would have other people in the clinic, my family. I was accompanied by my husband, our son, my mother-in-law, and they helped me see beauty within myself that I couldn't see, and hopeful things. There's meditations, there's prayer, there's so much that you can do. But sometimes we don't know that. We just say, okay, I'm sick. But if you know that going into your treatment, and that's something else I want to help you with too. I am not at the point where I can freely talk about exactly everything I went through in the cancer clinic and what led up to my diagnosis and the diagnosis and all that. I hit on it here and there because, guys, it really, it devastated me to the point where it still hurts to talk about it. I'm able to talk about other things that I've been through in my life, and I'm able to talk about how I built up my life after the cancer pretty freely, but that, it still brings me to my knees, and I don't know what that is yet. I'm still discovering that within my own self. But please let me do share with you that you can use your wings. So my combating all that horrible stuff I was feeling inside about myself is a way that I combated, and I used my wings to fly above and soar above my troubles. So there's a really good example using my life, my real stories. Hey, I saw that. Thank you. Returning the love. Thank you so much. And, I want you guys to be able to share this with your friends. I bet that each and every one of you, unfortunately, has cancer or know somebody who does. Do you know what the stats are on cancer? Most likely, if you live to be a certain age, that means old enough, you will have had to deal with cancer in some form in your life. That is, hey, cool beans, thank you. That is how staggering the statistics are. We have everybody from my generation, and we're still a relatively young generation, yeah, getting cancer. I was very young when I got cancer. My mother died. My grandmother died. So it runs in my family and it attacks the women. The women are so strong. Not that the men aren't strong in my family. Don't misunderstand. But the women have a certain little extra umph about them in my family. And they succumb to this horrible disease, unfortunately. I still freak out about the loss. So I'm trying to give you guys some tools that you can share, because not everybody that's on my page following has cancer. So it doesn't apply to you just like that. And you know what? You can apply this in other ways. It doesn't have to be just cancer, okay? You can use this whatever your troubles are. Whatever your troubles are, and you can use the same formula. So on one side of the page, go ahead, let it out. Swear, whatever it is, let it out. Get it out of you. Because the second you get it out of you, you're already taking one step to conquering your giant. You understand what I'm saying? It's so big when you keep it in here. But get it out. And then you have to promise yourself, and you have to promise me too, that you're going to write twice as many good things. And if you can't come up with them, serve that journal to somebody and say, hey, look, I'm having a hard time coming up with something. So please help me. So I've given you one real meaty, juicy thing to do. Usually I give you 3s, but I want you to do a little bit of the homework for yourself. I want you to be able to, pre-order, get in on that special deal that we have, because after the pre-order, the prices are going to go up, and we'll put the link down at the bottom. I think it was put a few times and sometimes not. It didn't show up. So I want you guys to get in on that and be able to participate in the journey. The book will actually be released pretty soon, but this is a special pre-order price for you guys, so I want you to be able to enjoy that savings. And yeah, so enjoy, and pass on this little tidbit to your friends. Keep it in your heart too. You never know when you have to pull it out of your back pocket, and share it with other people. So be well, be blessed. Thank you so much for tuning in. Come back again at midnight tonight, because I'm going to tell you a little love story. And it's a special love story. And I've shared it in small portions before, but not completely. It's all about using your wings. And there's a little love story with that. So please do come back. Thank you for respecting my my rights as an artist. And my expression, and respecting the copyright on this. I expect that nobody is going to be stealing my words and using them as their own. Please do click share, though. I do appreciate that, and that is more than open for you to do. That is how you preserve artist integrity and artist copyright. So please do. As a speaker, this is me as a speaker and as an author and as a dancer, even though I didn't dance today. I've done the Silent Rose dance, and I'm going to post that below here too, so you can look at that and enjoy that. So today is all about using your wings, and yeah, so go for it. You have beautiful wings. You might not know it, and maybe it takes me to kind of like share that with you. So I'm sharing that with you. You have beautiful wings, and you just didn't know it. Okay, so Bee Fly, this was a special one for you too, because you're so deeply entwined in my heart. You know what? I gave up trying to dig you out. You were meant to be there, so there you shall stay. And I'm all good with that, and I hope you are too. But if not, it's all good, right? So Bee Fly, sending you the love, and it's become a wonderful mystery. Who's the Bee Fly? So precious Bee Fly, just know that you are adored and loved by others that you don't even know. And you're loved and adored by me. So stay well, beloveds, all of you followers, and sending you the good vibes, good hope, good dreams, good prayers, good everything. So let's spread the goodness, and Use your wings today. I know you can. Okay. Bye.